Play the game, win it life, have no shame. There's no time, feel the pain, live the grind. I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb. The only way to win it life. I never miss, that's fact. Taking big swings, bitch, hand me the bat. Put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah bitch I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on this shit daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these things I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood. But then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient and soon. It can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous, it's the world honestly burning. That's all I'm learning, hope that we can make a turn and start reversing. All our minds have put the work in, we got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass half wish. I know, It's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no, I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you, we died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous. Scared I would pop out fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of left, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'ma be something that they can never be me. Nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through.
What is going on, crypto fam? Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Nightcap. We're doing this every Monday through Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're bringing you some of the most important market news as well as technical analysis that you can use for tomorrow. And of course, we got all kinds of things to talk about today, but the most important thing we got to talk about is Bitcoin finally had a little bit of a breakout. We are now hitting a key level of resistance. It's just a horizontal though, so all may not be lost, but I'm sure everyone's portfolio is probably looking good for today. So that being said, let's go ahead and get over the chat, give some shout outs to everyone in here because you know the regulars in here, my nightcappers, as Wick's wife, Fine89, always says. Let's say what's up to you. Let me close some of these polls real quick because they are, well, I can't close them. I can't close them. I'm just going to have to move them. There we go. All right. So we got, let me scroll, not even let me scroll up now. Jesus. All right. Jesse, good look. Congratulations, brother. We gave him a mod wrench tonight, so use it wisely, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. Jesse's definitely been showing us support both here, Facebook, and X. So, you know, I see him everywhere. Truly, truly appreciate it, man. So keep doing good things, and thank you. That's what I'll say. All right, Hart, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Good to have you in the chat. And username, you know, he's looking forward to the hockey game, it sounds like, tonight. And I'm with you, man. I'm going to try to catch what I can. Let's see who else we got in here. You know, Alex O is just going to watch his team get beat up again. But it is what it is. You know, to each their own. Crypto Heli, what's up? How are you? My dude. Good to see you. Good to see you. And, of course, all sets in the house. How you doing? So my regular fam, of course, is in here. Love to see it. K Diggity. No doubt. What's up with you? Good to see you too. And that about wraps it up as far as the hellos. So we're going to go ahead and get over to our first segment today. You know what it's going to be. You guys are 100% long too. It's going to be the Daily DGen. Let's go ahead and get it going. All right, here we go. We got the Daily DGen up. I'm going to go ahead and scroll through. Oh, speaking of which, Kevin, I think it was Kevin Klein yesterday, he was saying go long, right? And remember, we were down at some points. I want to say it was like 40, 50% on the Daily DGen. Well, I stayed on a little bit longer last night, and I was like, you know what? This has a little chance to bounce, and sure enough, closed it. It actually was a winning trade. After being down 40%, we actually closed it as a winner, 5%. Nothing too crazy to write home about, but hey, we still closed the winner, so that was pretty cool to see. All right, let me scroll down here. Let's find ourselves something interesting here. JUSDT, 39%. Let me see what that chart looks like. Hey, it's got an opportunity for a bounce. It does. You're sitting there. You're riding the moving average all the way up. You guys want to go long? You're 100% long right now. Looks like 8 votes. We're gonna go ahead and end the poll here. And let's just full send. Why not? Why not? So let's do it. Let's put a market order in here. And we're going. We're doing it. 40, and you know we got to do at least a 20x here. Ain't no fun if we ain't doing it. Oof. And it's a fallen. What are we on? 5 minute right now? Oh, that's a toughie. That's a toughie. That's actually, it's breaking down like right now. It looks like it might be losing the moving average. So, saving the day here. Is there anything else that you guys might want to play besides JUSDT? Oh, let me see. I saw something else that was pretty big. I think it was on the bubbles. IP. Oh my gosh. That was up 85% earlier. Story. Don't know too much about that. That was up 85% when I started the show. It's down 25% in like 15 minutes. Don't know if we'll take a long position on that one. Let's go. Let's go back and look at something else here. Let's see. We already said we're not going to duck with duck anymore. Ava AI. I don't know. That one might be pulling back a little bit. Let me see the chat. See what y'all got going on in the chat here. TAI is running at the moment. All right. Let's look at TAI. Oh, yeah. See? Look at that. That looks different. Love it. Good call, Harp. Good call. All right. That's 3x, 20x. Boom. Boom. All right. It's in there. Hope for the best. If you guys don't know, that's how we roll. Daily DJ, and we just go ahead and throw a dart at the wall. Essentially, we don't do much TA on it. We just give you guys as the audience the opportunity to vote on whether we go long or short, and we just roll with it, and we just kind of see how it plays out. We'll do the TA later. We'll get to that. All right, let's get over to the news. And first up, we got SEC launches cyber unit to combat cryptocurrency fraud. I like to see this, honestly, because I would say cryptocurrency, like fraud and people getting taken advantage of, is just running rampant right now. I think that's kind of the hotness for hackers and, you know, just fraudsters alike, you know, trying to take advantage of people. They're using this cryptocurrency, and it's getting pretty complex too. Like they're reaching out to people and they're like, hey, like your Coinbase account has been compromised, whatever. Okay, call this number or do this or that, whatever. So they're kind of like phishing in a sense, but you'll see that on emails too. And the emails look really, really good. They have now pretty much matched, you know, like every little picture, every little icon. Like it looks very legitimate on some of the emails that they're sending out as well. Same kind of deal though. They're kind of phishing, and then they get someone in there and they wipe you clean. So be very, very careful out there. I will say that, but it is good to see that they are now putting in some measures to start to you know, counteract that a little bit. All right, Elon Musk says he is considering having Doge audit the Federal Reserve. Let me know in the chat. 1, if you're in favor. 2, if you're not. I think I know the results of this, but yeah, I mean, full sin, man. Like I say, turn over every stone out there, every rock, take a look at it, make sure that everyone is playing by the rules. There's no fraud. And if there's an opportunity to make something more efficient, please do it. You know, this is that time. Like if we're going to go ahead and wreck shop, obviously Orange Man's gotten in and he's just been a bull in a china shop. Let's just go ahead. Let's do it all in one swoop here, get things running right. And everything, by the time it gets smooth and worked out, it'll be time for a new president, because that's how it works. And then they'll come back in and just reverse everything. So anyways, I'm in favor of it personally. You know, don't feel obligated to align with me. But yeah, there you go. There's some ones in the chat. We see it. Retro Mike Tech, what's up, man? He said, I'm running at the moment from... dude. Hey, I'm going to go for a run tonight, though. After the show, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hop on the old treadmill and get after it. So I've been doing good. I've been working out. I don't know if you guys see, like, chest is a little more perked out here, you know? Just feeling good. Feeling good. Jay Violet, what's up with you? Good to see you. Good to see you in the chat. Trade Intuition, my dude Joe. Hey, go check him out, man. He's doing good things on the afternoon show. If you guys aren't watching it, you're missing out. Robert Mulligan, bro. What's up, dude? I'll tell you what, man. Mulligan. I just can't think. I think of golf, man. I think of golf. Me and Alex O, we're gonna go play golf in Vegas. I'm super excited about that. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and bring up our second member of the show. You know what's gonna go down. Sound the siren. All right, this one is I'll say interesting. So, JP Morgan warns of a potential crypto market correction due to declining BTC and ETH demand on CME futures, institutional profit taking, and key US crypto initiatives delayed until the second half of 2025. So, I mean, this is JP Morgan, right? They are a pretty big player in the space. I will say that. And it does seem like sentiment is not the best right now. It does seem like price actions kind of, consolidating, finding its happy place. We keep going down to about 92, 93K, getting those bounces there. So we're kind of seeing it in price action, right? And we have seen the trend since the all-time high kind of just slowly working its way down a little bit. You can see there's it's a little lethargic in terms of what's kind of happening with the price action. And that's kind of an indication that, this could be it. Now, in terms of the CME futures, seeing the demand for those begin to come down, I'm not necessarily surprised by that, right? Because retail sentiment, how that's aligning right now. And if you're looking at the S&P and you're looking at the NASDAQ, those things have been like going through the roof until today. I did see a little bit of pullback today. I haven't checked it this evening, but I did see this afternoon it was starting to pull back a little bit. But I have seen kind of a little bit of an inverse correlation sometimes where you'll see the S&P work its way up and Bitcoin begins to consolidate, and then the S&P kind of pulls back and you'll see Bitcoin kind of move up a little bit. Now it's not a drastic correlation. I've just kind of noticed that as a little bit of a trend here recently. So there could be a transfer of money kind of going back and forth and playing this game of like moving both markets at opposite times. I mean, when it really comes down to it, there is only so much money in the world. So now that Bitcoin is kind of starting to align, I won't say necessarily align with or parallel, but obviously with futures and with the ETF, like now you got to start thinking about it, like it's becoming more centralized, right? We've taken a decentralized asset, we've kind of made it centralized, and now it's going to be subject to institutional buying, and it's going to be subject to the greater retail market as inflows and outflows kind of go. So something to think about. I wouldn't be surprised. You guys know that there's definitely a target area for me. I am looking at about 86K, and that keeps bullish structure. That clears out some of the liquidity. It allows for institutional buying. Allows for some of retail to kind of get shook out. So that's an area that I'm going to keep an eye on. So I would not be surprised to see a little bit of a cool off. But we have had quite a significant time frame of consolidation, right? We're going on 3 months. I think we're over 3 months at this point. And, if we go back and we look at the previous range, that was for about 6 months. So we'll see. We'll see how this shakes out. But it is something to kind of keep in your scan is what I'll say there. All right, let's go over the crypto bubbles. Enough talking about that. And IP has now moved up 8% since we just looked at it. This thing is volatile. It is bouncing all around. It was just at 60%. That's an 8% move in less than 5 minutes? Wild. All right. Maker, that's moved 18.1% today. Bear is up 21.2%. TIA is up 14.8%. And Sonic, it's Sonic. See, I remember it now. That's up 20.7%. Virtual's up 15%. Mike, what's up, dude? Virtual's up 15%. Where you at? All right, SEI is up 10%. NEAR is up 7.4%. Move is moving in the right direction. Python's up 10.1%. And that is about it for your big movers. Is there any real big losers? Not really. Hex is down 8.7%. That has been trending down, right? So everything's kind of got to bounce. It's really weird because Hex seems to be inverse of the market. Because remember when everything was red, there was a couple days there where Hex was actually green. So interesting I really don't care about hex, but it's just interesting to see that it's inverse correlation. All right. Oh boy, here we go. Getting my little Mario alerts right here. BTC, big transaction alert. We got 277 Bitcoin with a total of 27 million transferred from unknown wallet to KuCoin. All right, that means they are likely putting it back on the exchange to sell. And then 579 Bitcoin. Let's see, wallet to Binance. Okay, so again, that's probably going to lead to a little bit of selling pressure just based on the flow of the funds. Now, it doesn't mean they're going to sell. It's just that is the assumption. That's why they put those alerts out there. Okay, looking at the liquidation heat map, you can see hotspot here is at 98.85. All right, 98,850 is your hotspot on the map. Trend is going up. I mean, I would say that liquidity is probably in trouble. All right, just looking at the trend. The thing is, you do have a nice little horizontal area of resistance here. We'll get to it when we get to the chart. But that is your hotspot on the map currently. You can see there's a little bit of liquidity left behind, but nothing to write home about, to be honest with you. So this is kind of what I talk about sometimes. You'll see the price action come down and then it gets dark. And this liquidity has come in as the price action has continued to work its way up, right? Liquidity starts coming in. That's why you see it's kind of a little warmer to the right-hand side here. So keep an eye on that. But again, that's your hotspot. All right, let's go over to the Bitcoin price chart and look at this. We got a super sticker from Alexandra G, my lady. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Is that a flying avocado? What is that thing? Oh, man. Regardless, thank you. We appreciate you. I mean, honestly, you're the best mod. The best mod around. It's not even close. All right, couple shout outs here for everyone in the chat here. I got Maybe Band-Aid. How you doing? That Maker Long from the 3rd. Been printing today. There you go. Glad to see people are green, man. I like it. I like it. Retro Mike Tech, he said bullish on virtuals. Oh, okay. I thought you said short virtuals. Long everything else. Maybe I'm wrong. All right, Clayton the Great. Like button smash on the way in. Hootie Hoo, what's up, dude? Good to see ya. Max H, what is up? What is up? Who else we got? Anyone else in the chat? I think we're good. I think we're good. All right. Looks like a pear. I don't know. It's green, though. I don't know. Maybe it is because it's got a little leaf on it. Do avocados have leaves on the top? I'm not sure. All good. Regardless, Alexander G, you're the best. We appreciate you. All right, let's start talking about some of the price action here. And you can see we are getting a little bit of a breakout finally for Bitcoin. All right, we're trying to reverse course. Now, we have talked about this before. Ultimately, this is a bullish pattern, right? We did wick down to the bottom side here. And, you know, I honestly thought, I truly believed, and I'm going to say, you know, I'll probably have to eat some words on this because there was liquidity sitting down in this area. I really thought we would come a little bit further down and grab that liquidity. But as you can see on the heat map, some of that liquidity is actually kind of subsided. It's gone away. It's moved, right? So it was, remember, at one point, a really hot spot on the map. I was like, hey, ripe for the taking. Price action was working its way down. People may have exited their positions. That is very, very possible before price action actually worked its way down. But anyways, you can see that we did get a bounce, a very nice bounce. We did get over the point of control. You know, I've talked about this point of control, right? And I said it just hasn't acted as support or resistance very often. Now, we did get a little bit of just a small rejection, right? Just maybe one candle there, maybe, yeah, just one candle. But it hasn't really been a big line in the sand. It's really, truly just kind of been the median right here. Now, if you go back left on the chart, yeah, you can see a little bit clearer where it was support and resistance. But as price action has kind of worked its way here around, we'll say 97.5 or so, it's really just been the middle of all the fun. Okay, so we did have this upper trend line here that was working its way down. Very interesting. We did come down to the previous week pivot. That is where we actually found our support before we ultimately made our move up. Now we have the dynamic reactor to work with. This is on the 8 hour. Let's see where it's at on the 4 hour. I buy into that a little bit more. I know 8 hours kind of a random time frame for some of the chart prime indicators here. So there you go. We're over the dynamic reactor now. So what I was looking for was a little bit of the OC retest. Breakout, come down, retest this area. You know, there's a lot of confluence here, to be honest with you. If you're looking at it, you got the point of control, dynamic reactor, trend line, all lining up in one area. I like this. All right. So this is a nice area here. That is about, we'll say starting point at 97.7 and on down to 97.3. So you got a nice little zone there of about $400 or so. If you're looking at a potential little intraday or swing trade, you can look at that area, and that gives you a little bit of a buffer to see kind of how this is going to play out, to see if it really holds up as support. Things that, you know, may not be ideal, at least on the 4 hours. You do see true sevens coming in here highlighted. You're getting the bend over here in the oscillator. So we're saying we're losing a little bit of strength. Now, the horizontal that I was talking about is really right here. Okay, last time we got up to this area at about 98.9, it looks like, is where you got a rejection. Now, let's go back to the liquidity. What did we say that was at? I think it was 97.8, 90, sorry, not 97, but 98. It's 98.9, 98.8, 90. Yeah, so right in that area. So 98.9, 98.8, whew, tongue twister, is where you're seeing some of the liquidity, which is like literally right over where we got a wick. So you know what people are doing. All right, they're taking their short positions and they're literally just putting their stop loss right over top of this wick right here. All right, so risky business, right? If I were to look at this and I was, you know, thinking about it, I would at minimum put it over top of this wick right here. So would not be surprising to see it kind of grab this liquidity, because it's really just sitting right there, right at the top part of that wick. Risky business here, but ultimately, what can we look for in terms of taking a potential long position? Like, that's the name of the game. If it comes back down here and we get that retest with a nice little, you know, if we find support here, right? So you'll be looking for a nice wick off of here. Of course, you're going to want to see a bullish candle close over top of this area before taking that position. And then we're saying, hey, where can we go? Well, obviously, first stop's going to be here. Right at about 98.9 or so. So let's go ahead and measure that. Let's say we pull back, all right, to this area, and let's give a little buffer saying that, hey, like, we wait for a candle close. Cool, coming up. That's about a 1.1% move. Not bad if you got a little bit of leverage. Where's kind of the probably bigger line in the sand? This is going to be 2 weeks, all right? So it says previously weekly pivot. This is actually not the last week's pivot, but it's the one before that. All right, so just understand that. But it's also a horizontal. All right, so if you come back left on the chart, you see, hey, a wick off of here. That's a strong wick. All right, a lot of selling pressure in that area. But you can also see it really flipped an area of support into resistance. Right, you kind of got that retest there, and then price is just working its way down. So I think in the short term, that's going to be a tough area to get over top of personally. And you're also going to have to see the oscillator reset, right? So you'll want to see something like this, where oscillator comes down and then starts to work its way back up, showing you that we have some strength going into this retest right here. And then I think working its way up to 100 would make sense. All right, there's liquidity here. Just because there's liquidity here doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to see a reversal in price action. I'm just saying that you have this selling pressure right here that we've seen before. So keep an eye on that. Now, if we continue to work our way down, you know, if we get on the bottom side of this area here, then I'll tell you what, keep your eye on 95.16, or, you know, 95, we'll just call it 200. All right. 95.200 has just been fire. If you're looking at that, you're trying to find an area where you see like clear price action, 95.2 is it. Okay, so I'm not saying price action is coming down here, but if price action does come down here, what do? We set an alert. Okay, so that's an area for you guys to really keep an eye on. I would say you're going to get price action in this. Even if it's short-lived, I think you'll find price action in this area. And you can see how these weekly pivots have been playing out as well. Just you'll see it more on the shorter time frames when you get down to the hourly and the 15-minute, that these pivot areas have really kind of, you know, acted as support and resistance at times. You can see it right here, where it was resistance, support, right? So it flipped resistance into support, and ultimately price action made its way. And that's the previous weekly pivot, just so you know. And this is last week when I say previous. But you got a lot going on here. I think there's an opportunity to flip all of this into support. That would be nice. What I don't necessarily like is the market setting an all-time high. And when I say that, I'm talking about the traditional market. I think that's going to pull back a little bit. Now, I know I said that there's been a little bit of an inverse play there at times during the day, but if we get a greater pullback where the market is really like pulling back, just not like a little like retracement, we'll say, just because we hit an all-time high for it to cool off a little bit, that makes sense, right? I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying if there's a greater pullback with the market, then that's something to keep an eye on. Keep your eye on that. Now, one thing with the DXY, let's take a quick look at that. That is dumping. All right, so if you're curious, there has, we'll say, typically been an inverse correlation, and it looks like it's starting to come back in play. All right, DXY dumping. Where's the next stop for DXY? It's pretty far down. You're looking at about 105 here. That is definitely in play right now, and there's not too many signs of this really turning around much. I mean, I guess you could come down to about here. It does look like it's trying to find a little bit of support here. You do see a little bit of price. I don't know if price action is the right word for this, but you can see where it's been support and resistance at times. But really, I think your bigger area, yeah, 105 is definitely your bigger area. All right, that's definitely a key level. But if it really starts falling, this is truly, you see how many times we've interacted with this area. I've made a point of marking it right here, anywhere between 104, yeah, just 104 really. There's a little bit of a range there. I mean, that's your jam right there. But that's where I would totally look for DXY to turn around if it continues to dump. So keep an eye on that. If DXY keeps dumping, Bitcoin keeps its move up to the upside, then you could see a reversal as DXY comes down here into this zone at about 104. So just, again, keep your eye on it. Not saying it's the end all be all. It is not the tight correlation that it used to be. No doubt about that. All right. Let's go over the chat real quick. Let's see what you guys got going on in the chat here. Scrolling down a little bit. Hey, my man, Alex O Crypto in the chat. Love you too, dude. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Y'all better come to my Discord and watch the hockey game. Yo, I'm in, man. Soon as we're done here. What time is the game? Drop that in the chat. Crypto Crag, what's up? What's up, man? Good to see you. David Bowles, how you doing? What is up to you? Good to see you in the chat. I missed all kinds of stuff. Mr. Space Ripper. All right. Looks a little bit like a super space pickle. Must have been talking about the super chat there. All right. Oh, only bearish on virtual when Mrs. Wick is around. Got it. Got it. Cool. Right on. All right. Hopefully I got all the shout outs there. Red alert. Uh-oh. Oh no, what am I missing? All kinds of stuff going on. All right, let's go over to Cardano. We've been looking at that here recently, and I do want to look at it only because it's been really playing nicely with TA. All right, so look at this, man. We did a fixed range volume profile, and you want to talk about one that's been playing out. Well, not only was the value area high, just the value area high, but it was a nice horizontal, even if you go back. All right, so it kind of aligned with where we really did have a true horizontal, and it's really close. I mean, you're talking about 82.1 to 82.8, right? Less than a cent. That's a nice little area to look at. You got your dynamic reactor working its way down. Now, I do want you to pay attention to this, though, right? Because look at how many times we have tested this area of resistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, 6 times. So what you can see right now is even though we had a little pullback here because price action, the greater market pulled back, really, it's still building pressure to the upside here. So let's go and put a little trend line on that just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about here, right? So you can see this ascending level of pressure, and it keeps retesting. Like I said, 6 times it's retested the same area. We've been getting pullbacks off of that area each time, and eventually I think it's going to break to the upside. So keep an eye on that. Okay. So Cardano, yep, I am looking for a breakout personally. And, again, this is what I would be looking for, the OC retest here. I kind of leave these up now so you guys can get an idea instead of me drawing it with my silly paintbrush every time. We'll look for price action to do something like this. All right. And for me personally, I will more than likely look at a long position if it breaks, comes down, and does the retest. All right. That's one of the safer entries I think that you can take is the retest. All right. So keep an eye on that. Your key level is about 82 cents. All right. Breaks that, gets up over 83, 84 cents, comes back down, retest, and then off, and away. We're going to go back and start looking at some of these psychological areas of a dollar. All right. Remember, and I've talked about this before, it stayed at a dollar for quite some time during the last bull market. That was kind of its happy place where it found support. Right now, it seems to be resistance. All right. We want to get back over top of that for Cardano, to be that big move again, because it does have potential to move. The ecosystem is still around. People are still building on it. And you are seeing finally Mr. I don't know if I'm going to say it right, but Hoskinson, maybe that's right. He's getting back out there again. All right. So he's getting his mojo back. And I think that's part of it. You guys understand how cryptocurrency, right? Even though we say, hey, this is a large cap, it's still not even close to what, some of these traditional stocks are, like companies like Apple and Google and all that. So we say it's large cap, but it can still move relatively easy when you think about it in comparison to some of the other companies that we're used to. So I don't know, man. I think there's some opportunity there for Cardano. And if you're just looking right here, like, look, it stayed in this range for quite some time, between 83 cents and $1.25. So to see it reestablish the range would not be surprising whatsoever, to be honest with you. So keep an eye on that. Again, 83 cents, key level for you to watch for Cardano. Let's look at Sui. Only because we've been talking about that a lot here recently. I like to follow up on things just to see kind of how we played out. We talked about this level right here. We've talked about this probably like 3 times. We said it was at an area of potential support, and that support held up. So you can see what I was looking at right here. Hey, if it broke down, we look for that retest, and then we're looking for $2.36. This is an area that I would be interested in buying, and I wouldn't think twice about it at $2.36. Because you are looking at this area of resistance. We really never came back down and truly retested this area and flipped what was resistance into support. To come down and get confirmation of that would not be too surprising. I do believe there was also some fib levels to look at as well. But, that being said, it is trending down, and there's no doubt about it. You can see that the overall trend is still pretty negative here for Sui, and it's really not even, not seeing like this dynamic reactor go horizontal or level, right? So look at ADA, look at how this is starting to kind of level out, right? You're seeing kind of a horizontal look to it. Sui, 45 degrees down and right. So got to be careful with that, but it does look like it's trying to break through, right? You got the point of control here. You got the dynamic reactor, and we talked about that a little bit is, hey, if it breaks through this level, and, just like you're looking for the OC retest here, let's go ahead and copy this over, make my life a little bit easier. See if this works. Ah, it does. Beautiful. All right. So same thing, right? And this is just the inverse of that. So we'll get rid of that. Logging up the screen here. But you can see, I mean, look at the oscillator is just straight up, man. Not even going to say it. Not even going to say it, but you know what I'm thinking. You know what I need to get? I need to get a sound effect that just goes like boing, boing. Man, I'm the worst. Anyways, so look for that. Look for the breakout. Get out over top of this dynamic reactor. We get over the dynamic reactor and we come down for a little bit of a retest here where the point of control is at about $3.44. Hey, it could be off and away for Sui. Yep, you could have made a play here at about $3 and didn't really think about it. $2.99, $3 psychological area. Wasn't really thinking through that too much, but let's look at, yeah, man. This thing really could take off. Sui could. So, I mean, keep an eye on the rest of the market. If the rest of the market starts popping, Bitcoin starts moving up, gets through some of those key levels, Sui could be off to the races. And I don't know. I mean, let me just kind of look this right here. So I like finding a level that has both support and resistance that's very clear. About $3.90, it's $4. It's really $4. Oh, I did not want a trend line. Let's go with a horizontal right here. So right there at about $3.97, $4, psychological area, and you can see very clear resistance. Again, look for these kind of blobs of price action. All right, here you go. All right, so you're seeing support. It did try to work its way up. It kind of broke out a little bit into a new range, came back down. And then this is where you can see like, hey, a little retest, broke down, did get over it for a second, and then breakdown. All right, so again, not only do you want to find these areas of support and resistance, but you want to find where there's a breakdown. Okay, so where there's significant price action in either direction, that kind of lets you know that this level is important. And not only that, you get a big breakdown, came back up, retest, wasn't perfect, retest, and then breaks down again. So I think that's the key level for it to come up and retest. But I think having a play right here, taking a long on SUI would make a lot of sense if you get the OC retest. So $3.44 up to $4 almost. That's probably a really nice play. Let's put it up. Got to build a buffer, right? Because you're looking for candle closes above that area. 11% move, man. I'm not going to be mad at that. That'd be a really nice move. So keep an eye on that. So again, be ready for anything, right? So if you break down from here, looking at that retest on the bottom side, I think moving down to $2.36 makes a lot of sense. And if you continue this momentum right now, then again, you can look for the retest here. Let's go to let's go to the daily, only because I want to see the oscillator, what it's kind of doing on the daily to get an idea. So oscillator looks great. Oh, look at that. So now you bring the dynamic reactor into the daily. So you got a little resistance to work through there. So that's like kind of further confirmation. So you can see too, the dynamic reactor actually just flipped green. So we just got a candle close. All right. So we are an hour and a half off candle close. All right. And this is flipping green. You can see that the RSI looks good, right? It's had a chance to reset. It's working its way up. I like it. Honestly, I'm going to keep an eye on SUI for myself. So what I'm going to do, just to give myself an alert, if it breaks this area, I'm just going to put a horizontal right above it. So what happens? I'll get a notification saying, hey, it's broke. And then I'll keep an eye on it. And what I'll do, once I go look at it, I'll probably reset the notification. All right. Because I've tried the once per, once per minute. That's obnoxious. And then I think the once per bar close, I think that's also obnoxious. I think you get a lot of alerts. So you just, unfortunately, it's one of those things where you have to kind of just reset it. Just keep an eye on it. So there you go. SUI, looking like there's a good opportunity there. I am just going to do one more thing. Do a little, oh, you guys need music. Forgot all about that. There you go. Scrolling, music. There it is. I got you. Yeah, this is looking good, man. I mean, you got a little W going. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I mean, it did come down to the golden pocket. That's good. That's something you want to look for when you're finding the reversal there. But other than that, it's already kind of made that move. All right, cool. Don't need to keep that up. Let's see. It is 7:38. Let's check the chat real quick, and then let me know. Put something in the chat. We'll look at something else. Al Jr., what's up, dude? I haven't seen you in a minute. How you doing? Hope all is well with you. Oh, gosh. Now I get it. I'm looking at the chat. I'm like, oh, 51. What are they talking about? Y'all saying 51st state. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. I love it, though. I love it. Here we go. What's happening with SEI? Team Salty, what's up with you? Let me look. Let's go. SEI. I don't think I've looked at SEI too much recently. So this is on Blowfin. So let me see if I have something with a little bit more history. One of the things I'm slowly trying to do for you guys is actually move these Blowfin ones over to like an actual Blowfin area, so that I have one that I do TA on for you guys, and then one that I do my trading on. Right now there's just a little bit of overlap, so I'll clean that up for you guys here in due time. But let me just actually type in SEI. You got a particular exchange, man? Let me know. Probably got some good history on Binance. What else is it on? Kraken, Bitfinex. It's on everything. MEXC probably has. I like going to MEXC only because they tend to get tokens quicker than like Coinbase and Binance. So you get more historical data. So if you ever wonder why I default a lot of times to MEXC, it's not because I really like MEXC. It's just they just get tokens quicker. All right. So looking at that on the daily, so check this out, right? Looking at the dynamic reactor, so trend is clearly down. And it's really, I would argue, it's been down since about March, right? You got lower highs, lower lows. Not looking ideal, but you do have a nice little spot here, right? You can see that if you come back to this range. I mean, that's where it found support. All right, so you got that. That's one thing working for you. You got 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit, takeoff. We'll see. Let's do a fib retracement from the high. And that came down to the bottom of the platinum pocket. So you got another thing lining up for you there. That's nice. Look at this though, man. I've talked about this a couple times. You get these big moves up and like, wait till it comes to the golden pocket, but this one did not hold up. All right, platinum pocket, man. You're at the bottom there. Plus you got a horizontal opportunity to hold up. I mean, I would like to see at a minimum it get over the 0.786. And I know that's you're missing a lot here, right? If you're not in it already, but here to here, I mean, we say 20%. That's missing a lot for sure. The thing is, that would make you feel a lot better about taking a long position. You'll see the dynamic reactor start to kind of go horizontal, work its way out, and you know, just understanding that this held up as support and that you were able to reestablish a range that's a little bit more significant makes a lot of sense. If you're wondering if it can go up there, yeah, dude. I mean, like, it can get up to the 0.786. I don't think that's going to be a massive issue, but you will see right now you are at a level of resistance just on a horizontal level. Okay, so look at this right here. Check it out. So look at the price action. So this is one thing I always challenge you to do is, all right, this is all you have to work with. All right, so you can see you have both support and resistance, right? Resistance, support, resistance, boom, takeoff. Remember what I say, always look for a big move off of a significant area, right? Where you see there's clear resistance and support, and then you get a big move. Now, let's say we mark this line, right? We marked it out early. We marked this line out early. And even the tops, that's funny. So like all three key parts of this, which is really 44%, which is pretty significant. There you go. Comes back down to this one. Look, tried to act as support, broke down, came down to the next level, did act as support, took off, retest, comes up, then it just falls right through, goes all the way back down to the bottom part. So all three of these lines, as price action came back to it, gave you price action. This is why I love getting ahead of it and looking at areas. I'm like, hey, just keep this in mind, put yourself a little notification, and let it come to you, because this is the stuff that happens. All right, this one didn't really hold up. Probably, my guess would be, probably would have lost on this one, to be perfectly frank, just because the price kept working its way down. But that's why we do stop losses. Comes down to this one, and then you win this one. And where would you have played it to? Probably up to the next level. Let's be real, right? 20%. I'm taking that all day. So again, you can see, look at how these areas play out over and over again. Look at this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 times it interacted with it. So you can see pretty key level, right? We can agree on that. Now look what you're dealing with. What was support is now acting as resistance, okay? So at a minimum, you're going to want it to get over this area right here, reestablish this range with some price action, get some candle closes, all right, before feeling comfy about taking a long up to this area here at the 786. And again, that's a 20% move. Nobody's going to be upset about that. Can it do it? Yeah. I mean, it can. It just, I mean, we're real close. We're very close. And look at the oscillator right now. Again, I wish I had a little audio thing. Boing. All right, that thing's straight up. It's erect. But you got resistance right now. So you're there. You're at resistance. So don't take a long here. Wait for it to break. And then if it comes back down right here, you feel a little better about this, right? We haven't really lost this. All your candle closes have been right over top of this area right here. So there you go. Unfortunately, though, trend is currently bearish. But there's money to be made in the short term. That's why we like to trade. All right. Man, I saw some emojis flowing. I appreciate whoever was doing that. I'm going to click it too. There you go. All right. That's SEI. What else we got? We got, shoot, we got 15 minutes. Scroll through. I'm gonna look at coin real quick. I haven't looked at coin in a while. Tell you, this was probably one of my best calls of I'd say 2024 was coin. See the airplane? See, this is what I talk about, man. I love horizontal sometimes because you can see this very clear rejection. All right, comes down. See how the dynamic reactor is bearish and going all the way down, and it's just struggling and struggling. Dynamic reactor flips on the daily, and price action takes off, comes down and retests that area, and then shoots up. But this right here was key for me. This area at $1, or not $1, $113. You can see huge area of resistance, right? And you saw the big breakdown. So this is what I'm talking about. Always look for these big movements of price action. And you can see it. I mean, this is actually a pretty big rejection. You got another big rejection off of that area. And then we flipped resistance into support with a true retest. Man, it doesn't get any prettier than this with the dynamic reactor working its way up. So this is what I'm saying. Sometimes I'm like, hey, yeah, you're going to lose a percentage. Let's pretend we're looking at, you know, SEI or something like right here, you know? Like, yeah, you lose all this. There's no doubt about it. 30% move. And you're like, dude, I could have got in earlier. You could have. There's no doubt about it. But would you rather take the retest on an area that was resistance, getting a confirmation that it's now support, and then having this continuation of the dynamic reactor showing you that we are certified in a trend, like a positive bullish trend, and then take that move? Yeah, this is the safer play right here. So this is kind of what I'm alluding to when I'm talking about SEI. I think you could see something like this. All right. And man, it's just been up and away, man. This is one of the things too that made me super bullish about Coinbase itself was BlackRock. I'll be straight up with you. Just when the institutional investment was in Coinbase, I knew it was going to take off. There was no doubt about it. BlackRock doesn't get into things to lose money. All right, let's look at the chat here. I was going with the beat like it was a Guitar Hero. Sick beat. My man, appreciate you. All right, fun fact. Let's see if I can finish this. Sometimes you guys put crazy stuff in the chat, you get me in trouble. All right, Hanson is actually a very talented band. One that you won't catch me listening to, but it's a thing. All right, fair assessment. Come to YouTube now. like a second home. My people, always the same. Dude, I know, I see you in the chat. I definitely see you in the chat, man. I love the fees on Mexi. Hey, you're not wrong, man. They do have good fees. There is no doubt about it. Problem with Mexi is that you need a VPN, right? And the other thing that scares me about it, and the reason we haven't offered it to you guys as an exchange, is because technically speaking, they don't serve US customers. So at what point could they just pull the rug on you and be like, hey, like we're not messing with you guys? Or what happens if you dispute a transaction, right? This happens. So, you know, what leverage do you have in any kind of civil case or dispute with the exchange? Zero. So this is our way of protecting you, right? So understanding if an exchange actually serves US customers, like that is why we haven't actually used Mexi, because we had a deal. We could have taken a deal with Mexi, but we decided not to. All right, let's see here. Oh gosh, Bop, that was unbelievable. All right, I'm gonna scroll down a little bit more. Let's see what else we got in here. Blowfin 2 now, not available in the US anymore. What? I'm using bro. I'm using Blowfin and I didn't use a VPN, I promise. Did they change like their terms of service? All right, we're gonna research. Oof. Blowfin is restricted in many countries under international. Goodness gracious. It was only a matter of time. This keeps happening, man. So I had to deal with Bing X. I was like one of the traders, right? People could copy trade me on Bing X, which was really dope. And it was a good deal for me as a trader, right? It's just another way to make money. And they pulled the okie doke on me, man. They stopped. At first it was like a VPN, and then or no, they said, hey, we're not going to serve US customers anymore. And then the VPN came, and then I was like, that's a pain. Blowfin review. Dang. So I wonder how long I'm going to be able to get away with not using a VPN. Interesting. Yeah. Oh, I see, dog. I see it. Interesting. I'm gonna go on the... Sorry to take it. You know what? I'll do some research after the show. I'm gonna go on the actual terms of service for Blowfin. And I'll read up on it. But I appreciate you pointing that out to me, man, because this was why we kept Blowfin, to be honest with you. Because it was, one, people kind of vetted it, and we knew there was some good liquidity there. But all right, use a VPN. My cousin had his stuff frozen. He had to get Nord. Yeah. Did you see on X, Gary Cardone just dumped his XRP position? Nah, I didn't see that. That's interesting. So how, I mean, but XRP was looking pretty strong. Wonder why. He's probably got some inside information. Unless he went just all in on Bitcoin. He loves Bitcoin. Loves Bitcoin. I don't know. Maybe I'll dump it. I think I scooped XRP at 250, so I'm looking all right in terms of a pretty short trade. $2.66. I ain't mad. Team Salty, no doubt. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. Hey, keep showing up. Keep showing up. We'll do this. I got no problem looking at some of these projects. All right, XRP. Let's go ahead and look at that since we know people are dropping out. I mean, you're at the value area high right now, so you can see that is a pretty clear horizontal level as well of resistance. Would not be surprised at all to see it come back down to the point of control or retest that, give you another opportunity. But it's I mean, you could argue it's getting a little toppy, maybe. By no means are you forming, I mean, you had like a little bull flag here with the move up, for sure. But now it's kind of coming back into the range. It's kind of regressing to the mean, right? But right now you can see, right, the trend is still bullish, even though it's starting to round out a little bit. And you did get some strong buying pressure coming in at the 382. Remember, I've talked about the 382. All right. So that's taking a fib retracement off the macro. And that is a nice little area at about $1.96. Now it's pretty far away. And you're like, man, that's a huge move. It is. But look, this is why I like setting notifications and getting ahead of it sometimes, and just going ahead and setting a limited order, because you'll never catch this unless you put a limit order in early, right? A lot of times you'll get these wicks down, and sometimes the limit orders don't even catch. If it moves too fast, sometimes the price action, you'll have to have, you know, two limits set. So you'll have basically that top one where it kind of triggers, and then you have another one set where it'll actually execute, and most of the time you'll catch it if you have enough spread. So they do say if it's moving too fast, I've seen it not, especially on Coinbase. Coinbase is the absolute worst with that, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, I definitely have a notification on at about $1.96, and of course $2 ain't all that far away. Dynamic reactor is working its way up, so you got a lot of confluence kind of building up in this area to find support. In terms of what I'm seeing right now, just some price action. Let's go to 4 hour. I mean, yeah, you are seeing lower highs, there's no doubt about that, but it's had a really nice move. Really nice move. That's pretty clear. That is pretty clear, my friends. I think XRP is singing a different tune than some of these other ones. See how it's the descending level of resistance here, right? A lot of the other ones, you're seeing a horizontal level of resistance, like ADA and some of the other ones. So it's always interesting to see kind of how price action is working in some of the different tokens. They do not always follow each other paralleled. So this looks different, right? Kind of a horizontal level of support, descending level of resistance. If it breaks out, we'll sing a different tune. But for now, I think my bias would to see XRP kind of come down to this area first, and then really find support there. So that's what I got on that. See what we got going on in the chat real quick. Hey neighbors, what's up? Made me think of was it Wilson from Tool Time? Howdy ho, neighbors. Anybody watch that show? I know I'm old. You don't have to remind me. What was Jonathan Taylor Thomas? I know he was popular with the girlies back in the day. Tim Allen before he did Santa Claus. Now he's known for that movie. He used to be known for Tool Time. All right, David. Take care, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Al said, I'm like Tim. There you go. Joe knows. Tool Time, man. That actually, back in the day, I would actually like watch TV with my family. And, you know, back when like families hung out and just stare at their phones all the time. Yeah, we watched Tool Time all the time. Tongue twister. What was it? TGIF Fridays too? Family Matters? Anyone watch Urkel? That was my jam. Let's see what the Daily Degen is doing. All right, I think we're about to wrap this up. They wouldn't understand. So daily DGen looking 3.88%. That's a pretty light move for a 20x. I think we're gonna go ahead and close this out for now because we're wrapping it up here. So that's 2 winners in a row. Nothing too crazy to write home about. 3.8%. And then yesterday, like I said, I closed that one out. That was a 5% move. So there you go. 2 winners in a row. You guys are on a hot streak. You're on a bender, crushing it. Didn't actually show you guys that. Sorry about that. You just watched me do it the whole time. All good. Let me go over to X real quick. Let's go to X. Just real quick. You said it was Gary that dumped his XRP? Straight up, that's his status. Dumped XRP position today at $2.71. I genuinely hope the XRP army gets stupid rich. I don't think you will, but my best hopium is out to each of you. For anyone wanting to understand my decision, it's very simply my 40 years of experience has taught me certain lessons that I don't violate. Okay, I'm listening. Rule 1, I cannot understand the supply-demand dynamics unless I have a serious edge. Do not get involved. Rule 2, if others cannot explain it in a very understandable way and or cannot draw it on a whiteboard, don't do it. Rule 3, avoid people who know the price of everything but the value of nothing. Rule 4, never confuse short-term noise with a long-term investment plan goal. So it sounds like he's just taking profits. All right, rule 5, great wealth is made by highly consolidated bets and investments that are made over long periods of time. Rule 6, you got a lot of rules, brother. Never follow the crowd. Never. Should be rule number 1. Crypto ain't the space for you then, bro, because crypto is a crowd pleaser, baby. When the community gets rocking, the crypto goes moving. All right, that's rule number 7. Follow the money, bro. All right, cool. It sounds like he's just taking profits. He's probably moving it into Bitcoin would be my guess. He's as close to a max as you can get when you listen to him talk. Right on. Cool. Well, it is after 9 o'clock now. We're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Let's see what we got going on in the chat. What did I missed that? I don't know. TGIF, Pennywise, he know. Let's go. All right, I'm gonna get out of here. I hope you guys had a great night. Is the hockey game going? Let's check that real quick. We can do that together. ESPN. Still jamming. Oh, it is? It's 1-1. It's 1-1. Let me pull this up for you. If you guys don't know, it is currently 1-1. We are in the first period still with 3 minutes left. Canada and USA. Well, the 51st state against the US. All right, let's get it. God bless. I'm getting out of here. You guys have a good night. Trade safe. Be safe. And I will see you again on Monday. I'm out.
Welcome to the Nightcap, your TA home. Everybody knows we trade in them zones. Late night, no sleep, yeah, we keep it real. Crypto moves fast, no time for the feels. TradeFly rockin' charts, he about to take flight. Crypto Nightcap, where the dark meets the bright. This path ain't cheap, you can dream while you sleep. Steady building wealth, invest in yourself. Breaking it down, good vibes in sight. The maker's in tight, adjusting my sight. It's all or nothing, this is how we attack. Get your head right, it's a Crypto Nightcap.